I just went to watch the Mario movie the other day, and boy there is a lot to unpack here. If you haven't watched the movie yet, then I would suggest you to click away, as I will be talking about things inside the movie, and it will, believe it or not, fall into spoiler territory. With the disclaimer out of the way, let's go. Before I go into a full in-depth view on how I nitpick here and there, I just want to say that I had a blast watching the movie. My wife also enjoyed it as well, and surprisingly it turned out to be very enjoyable, since other than Despicable Me, Illumination tend to make pretty terrible movies in my opinion, but I'm glad this one proved me wrong. It felt pretty faithful to the Mario games, and there was a lot of fun moments that made me go, oh hey, that's a reference to Galaxy or Odyssey or even Yoshi's Island. So that's it for the quick synopsis. Now let's go for a deep dive on what I thought the movie and its characters is all about. Let's start with the movie's intro. It was an introduction to Bowser and how much of a menacing threat he is. Giant floating lava castle and a mass big army ready to invade at any moment. But there is one problem with the scene. The problem is putting him and his army against the penguins. The penguins are already established as a joke since the beginning when the trailer dropped. I get that this is ultimately a kids movie, and so comedy is the aim here. But you can mix comedy with the situation at hand. Thankfully, you do see how powerful Bowser is when he breathed his fire breath at the ice castle, completely demolishing the building in order to obtain the superstar. This scene at the beginning let us, the viewers, know that Bowser isn't here to mess around and that we should take him seriously in the movie, which we kinda do see. We do see a goofy side of him. You guys probably all know about the Peaches song by now, that took over the internet. Throughout the movie, his motivation is to marry Peach. His motivation, while corny, is true to his character since the dawn of ages. He has always tried to marry Princess Peach since Mario Sunshine, I believe. I don't remember any mentions of marriage before then, but I could be wrong. He is at all times shown to be a threat and a villain at heart. He had no problem sacrificing his captors into a lava pit as the wedding fireworks. While he was portrayed as a joke when it comes to a scene involving Peach, he wasn't just plain goofy, he was shown to be a force to be feared throughout the movie as well. No one questioned his might, and his soldiers have shown repeatedly to achieve the task that was set out. And the final fight showed Bowser to be an almost unstoppable force, but we'll get back to this later on. Overall, I think Bowser as a character was fantastic, and it was even better when they picked Jack Black for the role, probably the only celebrity who actually gives his full efforts in voice acting, unlike other celebrity voice actors. The movie then moves over to Brooklyn, where we see Mario Bros and his huge family. I thought it was a fun scene. There was a lot of nice little references and Easter eggs, like when Mario slides down the pole and it plays the pole sound effects. It was pretty cool and all to see what Mario's day-to-day life is like. He has a business, albeit not very successful, and because of his failures, his dad believes that he's dragging Luigi down with him, a hero with an underdog past. Everyone likes that. But the big issue is how this movie is an isekai. What is isekai? Isekai is a mainstream anime genre when the protagonist gets zapped into another world. Isekai is the epitome of laziness and garbage content. It is just generic copied and paste content with a gimmick to try to set itself apart. Thankfully, cartoons tackle isekais differently, but seeing how Mario being transported to another world irked me a little bit, because we know there is a lot of kingdoms. Mario could have came from the Metroid Kingdom, where we know Pauline resides as well. Speaking of Pauline, it was cute for her to appear as a news anchor, but too bad that's all there is to her character. Would have loved to see her more involved. Ah well, it would need a lot more screen time, and the whole movie felt like it was kinda rushed already. Now what do I mean by rushed? Well, Mario gets to Mushroom Kingdom's grass plains, but there is no exploration of this new place whatsoever. We meet Toad straight away, and went straight to the Mushroom Kingdom. What did we do after that? We saw a bit of the kingdom, but it was straight to Princess Peach. No poking around to find any information whatsoever. We meet Peach and straight away she trusts him, and immediately trains him to be battle ready. We see something akin to Mario Maker course, and after a series of montage, we went straight to the Jungle Kingdom with a throwback to Mario Kart, who immediately takes us to Cranky Kong and meet his son. Donkey Kong, who is actually supposed to be his grandson, and I know that for a fact because only the third wears a tie. So hearing Cranky calls Donkey his son just grinded my gears a little bit. But otherwise, I'm indifferent to Donkey Kong's character. The typical jock who secretly seeks his father's approval, but other than that, his role in the movie felt non-consequential. He's kinda just there to give Mario some rivalry. That didn't get explored any further. I think he should have been saved for a sequel as the next villain, kidnap Pauline and stuff, but I digress. Going back to how it felt rushed, the preparation to fight Donkey Kong was a fade out from the first meeting with Cranky to immediately fighting Donkey Kong, and then immediately to Rainbow Road, and then immediately to marriage scene. There's no lengthy development scenes for any of the characters except for Bowser, other than that one eel scene where Mario and Donkey Kong were revealing their vulnerable side. Again, I get that it's targeted towards kids mostly, but there shouldn't really be an excuse to forego character development when other kids or family movies have been doing it for eons, like the Disney classics. So once we get out of the eel's mouth, Mario and DK arrives at Mushroom Kingdom to crash the wedding. Peach gets some fight scenes before it switched to Mario, who then caused the Banzai Bill to explode in the pipe that Mario came from, zapping all the main characters into Brooklyn for the final showdown. Bowser was like a one-man army, where none of the cast could even lay a finger at him. Not even Donkey Kong, and this is where my inner nerd just screams out of annoyance. I'm a huge fan of kaiju movies, or beastly characters, so Bowser, Donkey Kong, King K. Rool, King Dedede, and yours truly, Ridley. And so when I saw Donkey Kong and Bowser fight, I wanted to be spoiled. I wanted to fight like Kong vs Godzilla. But instead, all you got is Donkey Kong being choked by Bowser in the air, while Mario hid in fear. Like, come on guys, give the Expand Dong some highlight. This movie doesn't have to focus solely on Mario. Anyway, going on. It was through the power of the superstar that Mario and Luigi was able to defeat Bowser, putting a stop to Bowser's scheme. This is the scene where it made no sense again. Bowser had the superstar behind him and yet he didn't use it. He got the superstar in the first place is because he wanted to use it to propose to Peach, but that failed spectacularly, so what's stopping him from using it at that moment? We were never really told what he'd use it for other than to take over Mushroom Kingdom, which is the perfect moment to use it. Plot hole aside for main character to gain plot armor, we then have Mario defeat Bowser and the whole of Brooklyn celebrate. Oh, that scene annoyed me a little bit. No one seemed to be scared or shocked about Bowser or Donkey Kong, some animal that was able to talk. Nah, just another day at Brooklyn apparently. So while it was enjoyable, I had little things here and there that satisfied me because I like to nitpick a lot. But other than that, it's honestly a good movie with a lot of characters being entertaining to watch. Speaking of characters, time to talk about the other cast that is not Bowser or Donkey Kong. Let's start with the Luma. My god, I love the Luma scenes. Just some psychopathic suicidal Luma star who sounded so sweet and innocent. It's especially funny to me because Lumas are associated with Rosalina, who is portrayed to be a motherly character usually, and so that one of the Lumas are this messed up made me chuckle a little bit. If there is a Mario 2 movie, I do hope to see Luma return, and possibly with Rosalina this time. I think it'll make for an interesting dynamic relationship, but we'll just have to wait and see for that one. Then, the main Toad was a highlight in the movie as well, but once again, I was a bit annoyed that this Toad isn't a particular Toad, being Captain Toad. He was purely there for comedy relief and being in Mario's and Peach's corner all the time, and he did it well. Even though he's useless, like how he was immediately restrained by Kamek that caused Peach to agree to the wedding, it was nice to see that he didn't falter at all. And now to talk about the last three characters. Let's start with Luigi, the weaker little brother. I love that he supported Mario through all the way and always had faith in him. It was really cute. The time when Mario's dad told Mario he was dragging Luigi down with him for his plumbing business, and then Luigi comforted Mario was such a powerful moment. Although he messed it all up when Bowser pulled his moustache off and he immediately betrayed Mario. But other than that, I did like Luigi. Now to Peach, I like this version of her. She was very sassy and honest to a fault, like when she tried to cheer Mario up when Mario kept failing his training course. A lot of times she appeared. She was a badass, and I love how she prioritized the Toads above everything else, like she's their mother, even though it was the Toads that adopted her. I think her voice actress, Anya Taylor-Joy, have the right voice for this version of the Peach. I really did enjoy seeing Peach, but I'm not gonna lie though, I kinda wanted to see the game's portrayal of Peach version 2. Not the damsel in distress, mind you. That's an overdone trope that is boring to see. What I want to see is the personality side, where she sounded endearing but sarcastic at the same time. Those who played Super Smash will probably know what I mean. Oh, this victory used to make me rage quit a lot. I think this would have been a fun character who doted on Mario with cake even though she knows how useless he is. It would have made for great movie moments in my opinion. And now, time for our one and only, Chris Pratt, who voiced Mario. Chris Pratt voicing Mario is... it's alright. Kinda get used to him while watching the movie, but that's it. It doesn't leave an impression at all. Trying to remember Mario in the Mario movie is tough, honestly, because all the other characters always does something better in the scene. Toad is more funny than him, Peach is more brave than him, Bowser is stronger than him. To me, nothing really stands out with Mario, even though he's the main focus of the movie. It's just, we're watching his point of view, that's it. So there's really nothing more to be said. But despite my complaining, I really did enjoy the movie, and I would watch it again later on in the future. If you haven't seen the movie yet, but is on the fence, why are you watching this video then? I told you that there's spoilers. But other than that, you should go watch it. Just don't expect anything deep like any Pixar movie. And if you watch the movie, how did you find it? Are you going to boycott the movie as well? I don't know, I just saw some article about people wanting to boycott the movie or something. Don't ask me. Anyway, that's my opinion of the movie, and I'm gonna head out for now. Bye.